Sigma is a data-driven, structured, statistical methodology to achieve the defects per million opportunities of 3.4. So Six Sigma is a data-driven approach. So when you do a Six Sigma project, then you need to collect a lot of accurate data from the process. And this accurate data, you are going to analyze with the help of the statistical tool. And you are going to find out the critical root causes. And you are going to take the permanent action to on the critical root causes. So it is a data-driven approach. And it is a structured approach. So when I say it is a structured approach, there are two types of structures are there. The first one is the Six Sigma methodology follows a structured methodology or problem solving, which is called as the domain methodology, where each of the letters stands for a particular word. But D stands for define, M stands for measure, A stands for analyze, I stands for improve, and C stands for control. So any Six Sigma project has to necessarily pass through these 5 phases. Each of these phases will take around 4 to 6 weeks for completion, and Six Sigma project can be completed within 5 to 7 months. Because again, it may be time taking, but again, once you do this project, then the problem is going to be permanently solved. Right? So if your managing director comes and tells you that the yield in the process has gone down drastically from 98% to 80%, and he wants to take that as a Six Sigma project and improve the yield back to 98% within 1 month, then Six Sigma is not the right approach. Because again, the process has to, you need to collect a lot of data, and this project has to pass through all the 5 phases, and it is going to take a minimum of 5 to 7. Right? So again, the other structure is about the organization structure. So you know why the organization structure is very important, right? In the organizations where you are working, always a well-known structure is there, right? So we have the different functions, and then we have the senior, we have the CEO or the managing director. Under him, all the functional heads are reporting. Under the functional heads, managers are reporting. Under the managers, engineers and supervisors are reporting. And then under them, the employees are workmen are reporting, right? So a well-defined organizational structure is in play, because whenever you feel that you have any problem, then you know to whom you should go so that the problem can be solved. For example, you find that your salary has not been calculated properly. Then you know that you need to approach the HR executive and tell the problem so that he'll be able to solve the problem. Maybe there is a delay in getting the payment from the about your salary. Then you know that you have to go to the finance executive and present your problem so that he can solve it for you. Maybe you are in production and there is a major equipment repair is there, shutdown is there. Then you know that you have to go to the maintenance engineer and report it so that the problem can be solved. So similarly, whenever a company wants to implement Six Sigma, a parallel Six Sigma organization structure is in place so that the project leader and the project team members will exactly know to whom they should go so that the problem can be solved. So these are the two structures available in a Six Sigma methodology, the domain methodology and the parallel Six Sigma organization. So this methodology was first implemented in Motorola. So Motorola was a US-based consumer electronics. They were in consumer electronics business, and at that time they were facing a lot of competition from the Japanese goods. So the Japanese goods and the Japanese companies like the Sony and Mitutoyo and so many other electronic consumer factories, they were just making a lot of inroads even in the US market because of their quality and price. So the real effort for coming out with a methodology like Six Sigma started in the year 1985 when Bob Gavin, so he was the CEO of Motorola, he called all his senior management people and told them that the quality of the products and services at Motorola has gone so bad that it has started stinking, and we need to do something about that. Then he put two of his best quality people, Bill Smith and Michael Head. So these were two of his best quality people, and he put these two people on a project to come out with a methodology to improve the quality 10 times in 2 years. So that was the target given to them. He asked them to just do a lot of research, and after the 2 years, he wanted them to come out with a methodology so that their quality can be improved 10 times in 2 years. So these two people worked from 1985 to 1987, and the Six Sigma was first rolled out in Motorola in the year 1987. Then seeing the success of this methodology in Motorola, the Allied Signal, currently called as Honeywell, they implemented in 1990, and it was implemented in GE, that is General Electrical, in the year 1995, under the able guidance of Jack Welch. So he was the CEO of General Electrical during that time, and he was responsible for implementing Six Sigma in the General Electrical. So you can see that the initial companies where Six Sigma was implemented were all the manufacturing companies, right? But starting from the year 2000, this methodology was started to be implemented even in the service and software related companies also, like the Infosys, the Bank of America, American Express. So these uh, companies, service and software related companies, they also started implementing 2000, the Six Sigma. And nowadays, this methodology is implemented across the different verticals, different functions, so everywhere. So there is no boundary that Six Sigma cannot be used in this vertical or this function. Everywhere, this methodology can be applied. So if you think that a lot of new inventions were made when this methodology came out, then you are wrong. It was not that new inventions were made. It was only the consolidation of the existing tools and concepts. So that means already a lot of quality tools and concepts were available. For example, the control charts, which will help you to check whether the process is in control, was in place even from the year 1920s. The hypothesis testing, which is a statistical tool for validating the critical root concept, that was existing even during the 19th century. The design of experiment, which is a statistical tool used to optimize the process condition, that was existing even from the 1940s. Okay? So the concept of PDCA, Plan to Check Act, for the process improvement, that was existing even from the 1950s. That means already a lot of tools and concepts were available. So what these two people did was they did a lot of research on all the tools and concepts that are available, and then they just selected only the few tools which can be used, and then they nicely packed it into the dynamic methodology. That means what tools and concepts can be applied with the defined way, what tools and concepts can be applied as a measure phase. So like that, they just define. And then this methodology was implemented with a lot of support from the senior management. So since this methodology was driven personally by the CEOs like Will Smith, sorry, like Bob Gavin or Jack Will, there was a lot of process discipline was there. So it was done with all the projects were done with a lot of seriousness. And after handing over to the process owners also, these revised recommended solutions were implemented with a lot of process discipline. And that was one of the major reasons for the success of this methodology in those countries. Right? So the no new tools or new concepts were invented because of the Six Sigma. It was only the consolidation of the existing tools and concepts. And Six Sigma can be considered as a toolkit box for solving the process problem. So, for example, assume that whenever you have a electrical problem in your house, you call the electrician, right? So on a particular day, there was a problem, electrical problem in your house. Your fan is not running. Then immediately you just call the electrician. And when the electrician comes, does he come empty-handed? No. He comes with the tools box. The tools box, he is having a lot of tools for analyzing the problem. And again, in the tools box, he is having a lot of tools for solving the problem. So when you just tell him that there is a problem that the fan is not running, then immediately he will open the toolbar and he will select the tester and then go to the fan switch and then check whether electricity is coming to the fan switch. If electricity is coming to the fan switch, but the fan is not running, then the problem is between the fan switch and the fan, and then he will do more analysis that area. If the electricity is not at all coming to the fan switch, then the problem is somewhere between the main power panel and the fan switch, and then he will do more analysis in that area. And once he completes the analysis and finds out the root cause for the problem, then again from the same tools box, he will just pick up some tools for solving the problem. So just like how an electrician or a plumber or a carpenter is having a tools box to analyze and solve the process problem. So similarly, as a process expert who have been exposed to the Six Sigma methodology, you are going to be exposed to a lot of tools and techniques. So more than 100 to 150 tools you are going to learn in the period of this 32 hours. And with the help of these tools and techniques, you will be able to solve any of the process problems. So Six Sigma can be considered as a toolkit for solving the process problem. So there are two major driving forces for Six Sigma, the customer satisfaction and financial uh, benefit. So any Six Sigma project will start from identifying the customer who is having a problem with our product or service. So either our delivery is not acceptable to them, or maybe the quality is not as per this expectation, or the price is too high or something like that. So any Six Sigma project will be initiated to solve the customer problem. And again, since a lot of effort is going on in the Six Sigma project, again, the financial benefits has to be substantial to justify taking them as a Six Sigma. The customer satisfaction